Good evening, YouTube! Welcome to the Perfect Podcast Show! Tonight, it's all about Spongebob Rehydrated, baby! Plus some boring YouTube stuff, who cares? It's Spongebob Rehydrated! I'm Jeff the Shark, and I'm jealous of all the humans who have hands, cause they can actually play the game and I can't! And now here's your host, it's Pikachu Allspark!
Keep shouting to the listening buddy, go! Build it up! Add some freaking nothing.
Welcome to the Perfect Podcast Show. I am your host, the king of YouTube, Pikachu Allspark. And the sound of a million crickets means that the window in this room is open. Yes, it's the middle of the night, and you can hear all their chirps. Because that's the way I like to film things, in the middle of the night, when it's not so hot. Because man, filming during a hot day is abysmal. So yes, the Perfect Podcast Show is back here on YouTube.com. I took a little bit of a break there, unintentional. I just couldn't find the exact time to film the podcast, but I found the time this week, and we're doing it. We're doing this new podcast. And a lot of stuff has been going down in the past few weeks. Major stuff out there in the world. But we're only going to talk about one thing that has happened in the world in the past couple of months. And that is SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Yes, the new SpongeBob SquarePants video game remake. The greatest video game ever. Come on, people. I spent like 3 days making that picture. Show it some love. But anyways, yes. The new SpongeBob SquarePants video game. That's the main topic of this discussion podcast tonight. But before we do that, I have a few things to say about the YouTube channel here. So, before we get on to the main topic, we'll discuss this past week's videos. So, Saturday was the 4th of July. Yes, the 4th day in the month of July. It's also the celebration of America's independence. The day we told the British to go shove it up their assholes. Yes, we're here, we're free, get used to it. And to celebrate this occasion, I released a video, an unboxing video. But this is not an ordinary unboxing video, for you see, this unboxing video was supposed to come out 1 year ago, on the 4th of July 2019. But I wasn't able to do that, because back then I had terrible internet, and the video was a big file size, and I just wasn't able to upload it, because back then I had to wait till 2 a.m. to try and upload videos, because that's when the internet would actually get fast. Not too fast, but a decent amount, I suppose. And yeah, the video was going to take I think it was going to take 8 hours to upload at 2 a.m. I'm not staying awake for 8 fucking hours at 2 a.m., that would be all night. And again, stay awake all night, I gotta do sleeps. So the video didn't come out, and I gotta be honest, it would have been really weird to release that video later. It just would have. So, I held off on it, with the plan being to somehow make the video a smaller file size and release it this year. But then things changed. Recently, I've switched internet providers, and this new internet is actually fast, and I can actually do lots of stuff on it. I can watch live streams again. I can do other things as well. You know, I can upload videos during the day. So yes, the video that was supposed to come out 1 year ago, I released this year. It wasn't the huge file size that it was 1 year ago, though. I did some converting, I re-edited the footage, and now it was the size of my average YouTube video, I suppose. And I think a thing that majorly fucked me was I filmed the video in 1080, in 1080p quality, but the video editor I use can only do 720, so yeah, I got some weird video coming out of that. But this year, for the new edit of the video, I converted the original files into 720, and I think after converting those files, it came out much better, and I was able to actually get the video out. So, you know, enough of the technical talk. Let's discuss the video itself. This was my unboxing of the Dollar Tree confetti launcher. Something I found in the 4th of July section at Dollar Tree back in 2019. This is something that it fucking explodes when you shoot it. Like, not actually explodes, but like, it sparks. And you can see in the thumbnail. And if you pause it at exactly the right frame or whatever in the video, if you pause it at a certain point, you can see the spark. Now, if you just watch the video, you can see the spark, but like, the spark only appears on one frame in the video. I know this from editing it. It's like a super quick thing. But there's like a spark that happens when I shot it. And then the confetti comes out. So yeah, I don't know if that's... And then, of course, the smell of smoke filled the room. I don't know if that's exactly the... I don't know if that's the right thing to be marketing to kids, you know? I don't know if you should be selling that to little people who will use it wrong. Yikes. Also, it's incredibly loud. Like, that fucking thing was loud. And I had my headphones on when I shot it. It was still loud, you know? Like, I put the headphones in to reduce the noise, obviously, and it was still loud. But, you know, it's an alright little thing. It was festive enough, I suppose. I don't think they were selling it this year. I went to that aisle in Dollar Tree on a few separate occasions this year. Actually, I went there every week. I go to Dollar Tree at least once a week. And whenever I went to the Dollar Tree, I visited that section because, as we've previously established, I'm a very patriotic guy. So I always enjoy seeing the stuff that they have there, maybe purchase a few things. And yeah, I don't think they had those confetti launchers there this year. And yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about that. Just give a little backstory to that video. And I released 2 more videos this week as well. Video Game Time, the next episode of Video Game Time. This one was Transformers Autobots, Part 10. Yes, one half of the Nintendo DS Transformers 2007 movie experience. This is the 10th part of it. There's going to be 2 more parts, 11 and 12. And after those parts, well, you'll see. You'll see what we've got planned next, although I think it's kind of obvious, you know, if you can kind of see where things are going, you can kind of see where things are going with this, right? You know, like I'm playing the Autobots game, there's a rival faction to the Autobots that also got their own game back then. I think you can connect the dots as to where the show's going after part 12. So yes, there's that, and also another episode of the Unboxing Hour. This week, a Saved by the Snacks episode. This one was about the apple pie Kit Kat that was recently released. Several new Kit Kats have been coming out lately. Some of them have been seasonal, some of them have been these limited edition ones here. The limited edition ones come in, the normal Kit Kat packaging. And so far, I think they've been pretty alright, I really liked the birthday cake one. The apple pie one's just alright. And I looked at an Instagram page that said something back in November about new Kit Kat flavors that were leaked. And apparently we've got a few more coming. If the leaks are to be believed. There we go. I can talk, I swear. So yes, I'm looking forward to some other ones. One of them announced was like cotton candy. I fucking love cotton candy flavored stuff, so lay that on me. And another one was like orange creamsicle. Like, yes, inject that into me. No homo. Like, seriously. These new Kit Kats, they're looking great, so we'll see what the future holds for Kit Kats, and hopefully whatever new ones they release in the future I can get my hands on. So I guess that brings us to the main event here. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. So yes, this is the SpongeBob remake, the new game. I've been looking forward to this for an entire year. And part of the reason for me not being as active recently here on YouTube is this game. For the past couple of weeks, I have just been playing it instead of actually doing anything. So, yeah, it's really good. The original Battle for Bikini Bottom was a really good game, and this one is the same game, so obviously it's going to be really good. And I've played through the entire game at this point. I've 100%ed it. There are a couple of things I have yet to do. I have not gotten into the movie theater. I don't know what's in there. I think I still need 12,000 more shiny objects to get in there. But once I do get in there, I'll figure it out. I'll see what's in there. I haven't looked online to see what's in the movie theater yet. I don't want to look online to see what's in the movie theater. So I'll figure that out myself. Those of you who know, hopefully it's something good. Also, I have not played the multiplayer mode yet. No, I have not played the multiplayer, and that's something I'm also going to do within the next couple of days, so next week I'll give a full report on to what those two experiences are like, but this week let's talk about the game in general. So, I like a lot of this game. It's fucking amazing. I like how they put in some memes into this game. There's a fish that dabs that's just in this game, and like I don't do dabbing like in a serious way, and when I say dab, I'm not talking about the weed thing, like I fucking hate weed, as we all know. So no, I'm not talking about the weed thing. I'm talking about the internet thing, where you outstretch one of your arms and then put your other arm into, and then put your head into your other arm. That kind of dabbing. And there's a fish that does that in the game, and I thought that was fucking hilarious. Also, the shocked SpongeBob and Patrick faces from the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Those appear as idle animations. And something else I noticed, another idle animation for SpongeBob was the chicken meme, the SpongeBob chicken meme that is often used to mock people. And I know what episode that meme is from. because I've seen almost every season of SpongeBob at this point. Now, I say almost because I'm pretty sure there are still a few episodes of season 12 that I still have to catch up on. I've recently been in a situation where I wasn't able to regularly watch cable TV. I've since come out of that situation, and I now have cable TV again. But for the past 8 months or so, I was not in that boat, so I wasn't exactly able to see new SpongeBob episodes. And I know what you're thinking, that I could just go online and watch them that way, but I like watching them on TV, you know. I like seeing SpongeBob on the big screen, as they say. But not the movie big screen, obviously. Although I do like movies with SpongeBob in them. Anyways, back to the game. Man, we got ourselves on a tangent there. Yes, the SpongeBob chicken meme is in this game. It is fucking amazing. That was one of my favorite things when I started playing the game. And then I just, stood still for a second and SpongeBob started doing that. I was like, yes! I immediately fucking screenshotted it. It's amazing. It is truly amazing. And something else about the game, there are a lot of ways to go out of bounds in this game. There were a lot of ways to go out of bounds in the old game, too. Actually, there was only, 2 main ways, but... well, there were a few tricks, I knew, to get out of bounds in the old game. Even without the disabling the hand thing. You know, there's a way to disable the hand in the old game, but I knew a couple of tricks to get out of bounds without doing that. So, you know, who's the real genius here? It's me. And I knew a way in the old game to get out of bounds in Jellyfish Fields that I don't think I've seen people actually doing online. So maybe I'll make a video about that one day and blow people's minds. But yes, the topic at hand, there are several ways to walk around in places you're not supposed to walk around in this game. And a lot of the things that I've been able to see while doing that are just fascinating. Seeing how long certain roads are. There's a road in downtown Bikini Bottom that just goes really far out into the skybox. And you wouldn't expect anything to go out into the skybox, but it does. And there are also several different versions of things, I don't think there's currently a way to get out of bounds in Jellyfish Fields. Maybe I'm wrong there, but I'm pretty sure there isn't right now. But before the game was patched, because there was a patch at one point, before that, I knew a way. I found a way within, my first day of playing it. The way I did it was that I was near the taxi stand in Jellyfish Fields when you first go into the level, and I just jumped out, but I kept jumping, and if you kept jumping, the hand wouldn't grab you, and you could just go around places. They have since fixed that, to where if you jump out at all, it grabs you, but before the fix, no, if you kept jumping, you could just go anywhere. And I made a few discoveries. One, pretty much everything in the Jellyfish Fields out of bounds area is fully modeled, and textured and stuff. It all looks like it's supposed to look. And Sandy's tree dome was the only thing that was actually solid that you could stand on. And that was kind of the main things I discovered there. And another thing about going out of bounds, I found a way to do it during the Spongeball arena bit, where the credits to the game are playing. There's a way to do it in there too. And if you jump off the edge of the world in that area, you just keep falling as the Spongeball with the credits playing. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, I think that's what I have to say about that right now. Maybe I'll make some more discoveries later and share them. So yeah, some more stuff about the game. So I thought, getting into this new version of the game that the kelp forest would be easier. It's still a fucking pain. And something I didn't know when playing the original was that there's a button, like, during Battle for Bikini Bottom, there's I believe 4 different stages to the kelp forest. There's the main area, the Patrick Tiki thing, the caves, and the vine slide. And during the entrance to the Patrick Tiki area, near the entrance of that level, there's a button. Trust me, if you're going to play this game, find the button near the entrance of the Patrick Tiki area and press that button. That will make it actually possible to get all 3 of the tikis where you need to get them to move on to the next stage of the level. And sure, you could just cheat, you could stack 2 tikis on top of each other and then jump, because that works in both games. But if you don't want to cheat, then push this button. Trust me, there's a button, push it. And one thing I have to say, criticizing this game, they didn't get the actual voice actor for Mr. Krabs. It's still that fucking fake-ass phony who was in the original. Like, I've heard that Nickelodeon said no to getting the real Mr. Krabs, which is absolutely ludicrous. Especially considering that, they recently did, like, a special on Nickelodeon where fucking David Dobrik was hosting it, and all the SpongeBob voice actors were there just doing lines from old episodes. Like, if they're willing to get all the SpongeBob voice actors to do that, they can't get Mr. Krabs to do one fucking video game? Like, well, what is this? So that's kind of my only complaint there. And so something I noticed immediately when I played this game is that the SpongeBob theme song that plays during it is the correct theme song. In the original Battle for Bikini Bottom, for some reason, they had a re-recorded version of the theme song on there that just sounds completely wrong. Like, go back and actually play the game, or just, watch a video of it on YouTube, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. That's not the real SpongeBob theme song that's on the old game. And that's always baffled me, because it's like, was it a copyright issue? Would it have costed money for Nickelodeon to use their property in their own game? What's that about? Did they simply not know how to do it? Like, maybe there's an answer for this. Maybe someone's answered this long ago and I just haven't researched the topic, but who knows? But the real SpongeBob theme song is in this new version of the game, which I like. I always like it when things are correct. Things being odd or different is not my wheelhouse. So yes, more things to talk about in this game. The Rock Bottom Museum had some different paintings in it, and also they had a bunch of NPCs just frozen in place behind the glass in some areas. And one thing I liked is that, like, I think they forgot to make the old people NPCs frozen behind that glass, because they're moving around. Like, if you go into the Rock Bottom Museum and you see how there's NPCs on display there, The old people ones are the only ones that are moving. The rest of them are just frozen in place, so I think, I don't know if they forgot to do that or if that's intentional. But, you know, it kind of just looks like somebody trapped a bunch of old people in the museum. Yeah, don't know why that's funny. Also, the actual paintings that they put in there are all new ones, and they're fucking amazing. I swear that this game is just, it's absolute brilliance in the form of a video game. It's fucking amazing to play as a SpongeBob fan, as someone who's been a SpongeBob fan for years. And they did put a few newer references in this game, and some of those references I understood because I watched the newer seasons. That's right, people. I am a SpongeBob fan who watches the newer seasons, and you know what? I don't hate them. Ooh, scary. So yes, that's me. That me. I'm the newer SpongeBob watching guy. Fear me. So yes, this playthrough that I did of this SpongeBob game, it was actually the first time I ever tried to 100% the game, and I gotta say, finding all the socks to trade for Patrick for Golden Spatula is that's kind of a bitch. That's kind of a bitch. But I did it, and this is the first time I actually, you know, got to see all the characters singing the SpongeBob theme song after the last cutscene. And I gotta say, it felt good to see that. It felt good to see that. And I like how they actually did that, you know, because like they really went and looked at every little detail of this game and made it right. And that's one of my favorite things about it. Is that, like, literally everything is how I remember it, and there are some things that are different, and those different things are actually really great. It's honestly just fantastic. I can't call it good enough, you know? I could spend all day calling this fucking game good. And I'm kind of struggling to think of some more topics to talk about here. Actually, I am struggling. I called it good, didn't I? Yeah. So yes, bottom line, the levels look fantastic, the cutscenes are great, and I like how when characters are talking to each other, you know, not in the fully animated cutscene way, and you know, when characters are talking to each other, when you have to press the button, you know, their expressions actually change quite often, and I like how they put effort into that, where in the old game they kind of didn't put too much effort into that part. So yes, I knew there was something I was forgetting to talk about in this, and well, that was what I was forgetting to talk about, I guess. So I beat the robot SpongeBob kind of faster than I have in the past. But then again, I have played this game a whole lot throughout the years, so it kind of makes sense that I'm, you know, somewhat good at it. I'm not as good as some people, you know. There are people who can beat the entire game in like an hour, and I'm not gonna go and try and do that. But hey, good for you if you are. That's not what I do, but you know, I'm not gonna fault you for doing it, because you know, everyone has fun differently. So yeah, I'm really interested in what's in that movie theater. And next week, I'll tell you what's in there. Next week, I'll tell you how my experience with the multiplayer went. And I know I didn't do the most in-depth review. Actually, another thing I want to talk about this game is that I guess another complaint I would have. I didn't think I would have more than one, but here we are. When you go down a slide, you see those lines on the screen, and I don't think they should have did that. Like, on most slides it's kind of fine, but on the Sand Mountain ones, it's not. I could do without that on Sand Mountain. It really gets in the way. Also, I don't think they should have... Like, stuff in the distance is kind of... It's not easy to see things in the distance in Sand Mountain, and I don't think that was the right choice to make, because it wasn't like that in the old one, and yeah, that kind of made it harder again. But hey, I'm always here for a good challenge, you know. I always appreciate a good challenge, and boy was that a good challenge. So yes, a few more things. I got the game on PC, and I've been playing it using a controller, and something I'm about to say that I know will piss off a dolphin somewhere. I've been playing it with an Xbox controller. That pause was so the dolphin could scream. Yes, and I've been having fun playing it with the controller. I really didn't want to play it with a keyboard, because, well, that's not how I play the original, and I think this game would kind of suck if I had to play it with a keyboard. Well, the game itself wouldn't suck, but my experience playing it would suck if I had to use a keyboard, you know. Because I don't think keyboards are really the right way to play video games. And I know that since the dawn of computers, people have been trying to put video games on these things, but hey, you know, if you're going to put a video game on a computer, use a controller. That's what I have to say about that. Use a controller. And one thing I don't like about having the PC version is that I had to download it. I didn't get the physical game, you know. I wasn't able to make a sweet unboxing video and get those amazing YouTube views that usually come when I make a SpongeBob themed unboxing video. I wasn't able to get that, and that kind of bums me out. Because contrary to popular belief, even though I despise big YouTubers, I still like getting views, you know. It's still fun to see a lot of people view the thing you make. But hey, you know, it is what it is, and maybe one day when I get a console, I will be able to do that sweet unboxing video. It probably won't get as many views as it would if I had did it 2 weeks ago, but hey, it'll probably fetch in something. Maybe. Hopefully. So yes, I guess that's all I have to say about that. The new Spongebob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated game, I think it's fucking perfect, and if you don't think it's perfect, then you can go fuck yourself. No, I'm kidding there, but in all seriousness, this is a fantastic game, and I recommend playing it. It's only $30, so it's probably the most affordable game of 2020. So yes, go out and get it. You won't regret it. And with that, I guess I've talked as long as I can talk here tonight. That was the perfect podcast show. You can follow me on Twitter at Pikachu Allspark, my second channel, Pikachu Allspark TV, and until next week, all hail the king.
Would you just